Like, I don't have, like, any experience playing this, bro. Go. Continue. AI ads. Bro, what?
In this Elden Ring Beginner Guide, I'll share with you my top tips for getting started, including things I wish I knew sooner. Keep in mind, Elden Ring is a very big and very complex game, so this guide will give you a short crash course on things to be on the lookout for, rather than go into in-depth mechanics and spoilers. Few things affect your playthrough as much as character creation, since your starting class determines what equipment you can use right out of the gate. Let's begin here before getting into other topics that will make your playthrough go a bit more smoothly. The first boss of the game starts strong with a complex character creator. But do not fret, you can change your parents' name and gender soon after starting the game as many times as you want. You will not, however, be able to change your class and keepsake, so these are important early choices. Elden Ring classes are simply starting points, but starting equipment is not found as easily, so you should pick something that best represents your game style. My personal favorites are Astrologer, Samurai, and Confessor. The Astrologer is a mage build with easy range that will give you lots of room to breathe. The Samurai has good armor and a wicked katana. The Confessor can be turned into a paladin for your faith strength combos. If you are lost, make good use of our builds page, as we'll be publishing multiple starter builds right away. For keepsake, you'll want to pick the Golden Seed, Lands Between Rune, or Stonesword Key. The Health Talisman is an easy pickup not long into the game, and the other items aren't really worth it. If you want more details on this, you can check out our character creation guide on our YouTube channel. The game gives you several early tutorials to introduce you to controls and the basics of multiplayer mechanics. If you're new to the Souls games in general, you'll want to pay attention. You can read all these tips in your inventory under info, so don't be too worried if you miss something. To set the tone of the game, you first need to obtain a few vital.
Dude, I don't know what to do. What? Wait, I did not cross this before. What's that? Bro, what? Did she just one-tap me, right? Can I even get out of here? Someone watch my stream.
Items. Hit the site of Grace at your starting point, Stranded Graveyard, and then the one outside the first step, and run directly north to Church of Ella. The merchant here has 3 main items you'll want: buy the torch, crafting kit, and telescope as soon as you can. Then head over to Gatefront Ruins by following the Grace, and you'll meet Melina and obtain Torrent, your mount. Be sure to get the whetstone knife item that allows you to slot Ashes of War in your weapon as well inside the ruins, since this no longer occurs automatically. You can now begin exploring Limgrave at your own pace, but make sure to return to Church of Ella after you've made some progress and rest at the site of Grace there, as this will unlock a conversation with Renna that gives you Lone Wolf Ashes and the Spirit Calling Bell, which you will need to use Spirit Ashes in the game. You can now begin to follow our game progress route to get things done with some direction. That wiki page will be vital to your efforts, so make sure to bookmark it. If you're new to Souls, there's a lot to unpack on the depth of the combat, and you can read about it and stats, effects, etc. on our wiki pages. For this guide, we'll focus on some essential tips to keep you alive. These are gear, tactics, and mount. For gear, you'll want to get equipment that suits your build or playstyle and is easy to pick up. Our build guides have recommended pickup locations for good gear, but you can also sort this out yourself by visiting our equipment page and using the comparable tables, then finding items that are near you. Basic recommendations are to get the brass shield from the guards in Gatefront Ruins, as it has 100% physical block, and the Demi who complete staff if you move an Insolent Demi in the Forest Ruins. If you sword and shield, get the barricade shield from the Knights Cavalry in Weeping Peninsula. For any class, Ash of War is amazingly useful, and you can check the wiki for its location. For tactics, it's best not to approach groups of enemies full on. Always check the corners and ceilings when exploring catacombs and ruins, as you will find enemies waiting in ambush and clever angles. Expect the unexpected, or you'll get ganged up on and killed by a mob. You can pick to play stealthy and backstab stronger enemies, or hit them in one way until they lose aggro and then return to finish them off. You should do whatever feels like matches you best, but think creatively, and if you get stuck, consider coming back later or rethinking your gear, Ashes of War, and spells. You should also experiment with the many consumables available to apply damage effects to your weapons, to go along with enemies or boost your own defenses. Your mount is a very useful particularly dragons from Death's Done Mountain. Magic users should know that even if you're locked on, your spells will fire in the direction you are facing, so you have to be looking towards enemies to hit them. Everyone needs to make good use of Torrent's sprint to get out of enemy range, but be mindful that this consumes stamina. The most important combat mount tip is, if you're fighting mounted, your weight doesn't matter. This means even if you're a mage, if you're on Torrent, you can equip the heaviest armor in your inventory and move at the same speed. This is indispensable for avoiding damage in many encounters, so make full use of it when fighting Knights Cavalry, dragons, and any mount-friendly boss. Elden Ring is a game that heavily rewards exploration. Don't leave any specific location unchecked. Some general tips for this are: Stonesward Key Imp Gates. These gates require a Stonesward.
Someone please help me find this candy in my head.
Like, I don't know, I kinda want to restart. What is this, bro? Why did it just like one tap me?